Do you know the difference between people who are successful and people who are unsuccessful? Now, many people will think about this as many sociological factors that go on in our country that contribute to people being successful and people being unsuccessful. But I'm talking about even people who grew up in the worst circumstances that's able to rise up and be successful. Do you know the quality that they have? All of them have a similar quality, and it is that they are proactive instead of reactive. What's the difference between someone who is proactive and someone who is reactive? When I think about someone who is reactive, I think of someone that's waiting for something to happen, then they react to whatever has happened. When I think about someone who is proactive, I think about someone who is thinking about what's going to happen and they're preparing for it before it happens so that when it does actually happen, then they are ready and they are prepared. When it comes to your finances, you can either be proactive or you can be reactive. Proactive means that you take control of your finances and your financial journey. It means that you're intentional about making a budget and creating a budget and making sure that you follow the budget. You're intentional about checking your spending, knowing where your money is going, know how much money is coming in, how much money is going out. You're intentional about learning about resources and finances and trying to set yourself up where you can help your money make money and grow exponentially. Whereas someone who is reactive with their finances is more so like living paycheck to paycheck, just trying to make ends meet and just looking at their bank account to see if they can afford something. If they can afford it, then they do it. And if they can't afford it, then they don't do it. Being proactive with your finances is all about making intentional decisions. It's like a domino effect where you're making decision after decision after decision that when all of those decisions line up and work together, then it helps you to be able to be successful, to achieve your goals, and to live out your financial vision that you have for yourself. So let's look at some of the benefits of being proactive with your finances. One of the benefits is that it helps you to be able to avoid financial emergencies. Newsflash, you will fall into a financial crisis or financial emergency at some point in your life. And when I say that, I don't mean that you'll have financial trouble. I just means that there's an emergency situation that requires you to be able to take out some resources and pay for whatever you have. For some people who are homeowners, it may be a home repair. For others that are car owners, it may be a car repair. Your battery may go out, your transmission may mess up, your brakes go out, you need an oil change or something happens. Maybe someone gets sick in a family. You need to take time off, or maybe you need to fly out somewhere because you have family out of town. But when you look at it, at some point in time in your life, you will have unexpected financial expenses. And so people who are proactive put a sum of money aside so that they are prepared and ready for these unexpected financial expenses. People who are reactive with their finances, what they do is live paycheck to paycheck, barely making it, barely getting by, buying the most expensive car you could afford, living in the best home that you can afford, going on the best vacations you could afford, eating the best food, going out to the best restaurants that you can afford. And then when something happens out of nowhere and it needs your financial assistance, you need an extra $200, $300, $400, $600, then sometimes people don't have that amount of money in the bank and it breaks them and they have to rely on credit cards, and then they get into credit card debt, then they get behind on payments, and then it's like a snowball that spins out of control. Another financial benefit is that you're able to achieve your financial goals. When you're proactive with your finances, meaning you're creating a budget, you're sticking to the budget, you're writing out the expenses, you know where your money is going, then you are able to set up your saving goals and you're able to hit the saving goals that you have, which means that you are able to hit your goals and live out the vision that you have for yourself. In addition to that, what you're able to do is you're able to control your spending when you are proactive. When you're reactive and you see something online or on social media, instead of hitting buy and just buying whatever you see and being reactive, instead you say, no, I have to make sure that if I purchase something, that it was already in my budget to purchase. How many of us go to the store for one or two things thinking we're going to spend a lot of money and then end up, or thinking we're going to spend a little bit of money and then end up spending way more money than we planned on buying, way more things that we planned on buying, and then we get home only to realize that we don't even need or not even going to use half of the stuff that we bought. And so what that is a result of is being reactive with our finances. Instead, when we go in the stores, when we go shopping, when we're looking for things, we should already have a budget and a plan in place that keeps our spending under control. In addition to that, what we have to do is we have to monitor our spending that we use through our hobbies. Some people have some very expensive hobbies, and so it doesn't seem like a lot at the time, but over time they realize they spent a lot of money on things that they didn't necessarily need. And then other people spend a lot of money on vacations and don't realize how much money you spend on vacations. And vacations are great and you should enjoy your vacations. But if you leave for vacation and then you come back and there's an eviction notice on your door, then that is a huge problem. You want to make sure you're stewarding your resources and your finances in a way that is healthy and in a way that helps you to not have to live paycheck to paycheck. Then a lot of people also spend a lot of money on socializing, meaning people are going out, they're going out to dinner, they're going out to brunch, they're going out for drinks, and they're just hanging out with friends, or they're getting a text message or a phone call. They realize that their friends are going out, so they want to go out with their friends, they want to hang out, they want to eat good, or people want to go to Starbucks every morning and get their lattes and their drinks and the things that you want to get, or you want to go to lunch every day when you're at your job and spend $15, $20 on lunch. All those things add up over time. So you want to make sure that you're not losing out on too much money by doing excessive socializing where you're not able to hit the goals that you have for yourself. Ultimately, being proactive is about being aware of what you have coming in and what you have going out. It's about being aware of your finances. It's about taking control over your spending. It's about you being in control and not letting whatever is going on in the world be control of your finances, on how much you save, on how much you invest. And so this covers not only finances, but any area in life. If you are reactive, then you are really too late. You have failed before you even started. And so you need to learn how to be proactive in life and proactive with your resources. And when you learn how to be proactive in your life, proactive with your resources, then you will be able to achieve the goals that you have for yourself. So if you enjoyed this video and you learned something, then continue watching the videos which are on this channel, which is all about financial literacy and how to be proactive instead of reactive.